guest tonight has quite literally paid his dues. In a moment when he was not of sound mind, he made an enormous donation to charity for the dubious privilege of being interviewed by me. He's one of 8 children born to hard-working Irish immigrants who's become a top management consultant and once tried to buy Northampton Town Football Club, which casts further doubts about his state of mind. Please give a very warm welcome to Tom Barry. Well, there you are. So you paid a lot of money to charity to have this happen tonight. Your family's in the audience, or some of them are you glad you did it now?
I'm delighted to be here, Michael.
You nervous?
A little bit,
yeah. Tell us a bit about this charity of yours, MITS, because your company sponsor this, and it's a music industry, isn't it? And it's a charity. Tell us about the charity work involved there.
Well, the music industry charity sponsors a number of charities, but it mainly focuses on disadvantaged children.
Yeah.
It uses music therapy to really develop people that may not have the advantages that some people have in going to music schools and that sort of thing. So it's a very worthwhile cause, and we're delighted to sponsor it.
It really is. I've been to that school that they have there, with all these kids coming along. It's not just music, it's drama and everything, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it's the only place school I've been to where the kids actually wanted to be at school. I mean, there's no truancy at all. They're there for a real purpose. Tell us a bit about, what is a management consultant?
That's the question I dread from my kids. When you and I are underperforming, feeling a bit out of sorts, we might go and consult a doctor, have a diagnosis, get a health check. When corporations are maybe underperforming, looking for a little bit of an edge, they come to my company and they ask us, what do we think the real causes of the difficulties are, and how can we help them to...
So is that any kind of company at all?
We mainly work with large international corporations, but equally the industry serves all companies.
I've been asked by ITV for your advice about finding a new chief executive. And if so, who is he? I said in my introduction that you came from a big family, a family of 8, Irish immigrant family. Your dad gave you some very good advice once, didn't he?
He gave me a lot of good advice on many occasions, yeah. But, he was very ambitious for all the 8 kids, and he came over here with, as he put it, £5 in his pocket and 3 young kids. And so he really focused on education. And he said he thought it was the best gift he could give the kids because, as he put it, it's no weight to carry and nobody can take it off you. And I've always remembered that saying.
Yes. So what about then this Northampton Town Football Club? This is again casts doubts upon your state of mind. Why on earth would you want to buy a football club? And why on earth particularly would you want to buy Northampton Town Football Club?
Well, the best thing of all is to play for your club, right?
Yes.
It's every kid's dream that if they can't play, then maybe they can own the club. And, maybe in the back of my mind, I'd always had that dream. And then about 4 years ago, some people came along and said the club might be up for sale, and was I interested? So I said, I'll have a look at it, and we took things from there.
And what put you off it?
Well, as I thought, coming from outside, boy made good, back to his hometown, that your investment would be welcomed. But on one evening when I hadn't got anything else to do, I went onto a website around the club, and I realised everybody that had ever borne a grudge against me for 30 years had suddenly popped up to say that I was the worst guy on the planet that should possibly own a football club.
Most people I know who got involved with football clubs, it's ego-driven. And of course, it's a way of pouring money down a big hole, basically. And there can be a little satisfaction because the most fickle people in the world are these football fans. And they're very quickly turned, don't they? I mean, you make your life unbearable.
I have great admiration for people like Doug Ellis,
Yes,
stuck it out for years. I guess he doesn't read the papers and all that sort of stuff.
Now, finally, let's talk about your great hobby, because you became a skipper. You took your examinations and you can sail a boat. and you had took the family on a cruise to the British Virgin Islands. And was that successful?
Well, I'd always wanted to sail, and I'd done a little bit of crewing. So when I had a bit more time, I decided to go and get the qualifications that you need in order to hire a boat. So I did that. I went and got the skipper's qualification, and I persuaded the family, it's a great idea, let's go to the BVI and have a family holiday sailing. I have to say they were enormously sceptical, out on the high seas, trusting their life to me. But I assured them it would be okay. So we went out to the BVI, picked up the boat. Now the tricky bit, if you're a sailor, as I believe you are, Michael, is getting it in and out of the harbour. So I slipped the moorings, pulled it away. Everything's going fine, began to relax. And the navigation laws in America are a little bit different from what they are in the United Kingdom. And the next thing I knew, we'd run completely aground at the entrance to the harbour. And so there are a few things more embarrassing if you're a skipper that would be stuck there, high and dry, literally, blocking the entrance to the harbour.
Nothing gets in and nothing gets out.
That's right. Yeah. So at that point, I had a mutiny on my hands from the family. And somebody came along, pulled us off. We went back and we hired a skipper, and we had a great holiday.
Lovely. Thank you. Well, Tom, I want to thank you for all the work you do sponsoring MITS. It's a wonderful charity, and your company sponsoring and play a huge part in raising money for those children. Thank you for the donation for tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Tom Barry. My thanks to Tom Barry from all those here. It's a very good night. Good night.